Netflix's newest film tells the story of a state trooper who's chasing his dreams to join an elite canine unit. He partners with a fellow underdog, clever but naughty shelter pup, Ruby. I watched Rescued by Ruby, which is based on a true story. Should you? Let's find out. How's it going, movie watchers? Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Rescued by Ruby, which is based on a true story, a dog film. This stars Grant Gustin, who is in the Flash TV series, and it's your typical dog film, but it's a good film. It's a film that just makes you feel so warm inside and so happy. This is about a dog who is repeatedly coming back to the shelter, and at one point they are considering putting this dog down. But Grant Gustin's character is wanting to join a canine unit, and he is very fidgety. And so people really put him off and don't really take him quite seriously when it comes to that. And he rescues Ruby, and she is all over the place too. But they work together, and he understands Ruby, Ruby understands him, and they develop this relationship throughout the film. But he's trying so hard to get her prepared to join a canine unit, and it's just not working. So he has to take a different approach. Very similar to in schooling. If people are very fidgety, they have different approaches to learning and different abilities, and they like to be in different settings. And he kind of takes what he is used to and helping Ruby as well. So there's a lot of things within this film that feel very typical to a dog film. The relationship between the man and the dog that's developed throughout the film. How can this dog help out? The dog is running around being all crazy. Everything you expect from a true story about a dog is in this movie, and it doesn't really shy away from that, and it just embraces it and just becomes a lot of fun. And seeing that relationship between Ruby and Grant Gustin's character and watching them grow is very heartwarming, because he doesn't give up on her. Couple times he tries to, but for the most part he really believes in Ruby and wants her to succeed, and he wants to be part of this canine unit and wants to show people what he is capable of. And we see that relationship that just feels so nice, so warm, and it develops throughout the film very nicely. And the dog that plays Ruby within the film is also a rescued sheltered animal that was also being considered of being put down. So they rescued the animal. So the dog here that played Ruby had another chance, and I thought it was a really nice little end credit, about Ruby the dog. Since it is based on a true story, I thought it was very sweet. There are a few moments within this film where they go for the point of view of Ruby, and it really offers nothing. They didn't really do much with it other than just having some other effect to the film. And at times it was very brief. At times it went on for just a little bit too long. But every single time I just thought, why? Why is this necessary? It's not about Ruby herself. It's about both of them. So just focus on the characters, and like Ruby and Grant Gustin's character, and not have that point of view. So I thought it just kind of threw me off a little bit here and there when it was happening. But for the most part, Rescued by Ruby was a very sweet film. Seeing what Ruby is capable of at the end of the film just really puts a smile on your face, no matter how cheesy it is. It's not out here to try to win a bunch of Oscars. It's out here to tell a true story in the most meaningful way possible and making you feel very warm inside. And Rescued by Ruby did just that. I'm not looking at this film to be one of the best films of the year. It's not one of the worst films of the year either. It's just a film that makes you feel good. The performances are decent. It's got a dog that's very adorable, that learns a lot, and they just never give up on each other. And that's an important message and worth having a film about this true story, since Ruby did win some awards for being the best dog on the canine unit a few years back. So her story is worth having on the small screen for Netflix. I feel like it's just the right place for it. I couldn't see this being in theaters, but it works for its streaming service debut. So before I give you my score for Rescued by Ruby, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where Rescued by Ruby ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Rescued by Ruby a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for Rescued by Ruby, the new film about a dog that really helps out a lot of people. Make sure to follow me for more up-and-coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.